I'm Jonathan Escoffery. I am a writer and the author of the linked story collection, If I Survive You. With this award in particular, I think it's really special that librarians do the nominating, and in my case, librarians in Jamaica nominated my book. That's special to me because my book is partially set in Jamaica, and it follows Jamaicans and Jamaican American characters, and knowing that I got that right means the world to me. When I was in my preteen and teenage years and even young, early 20s, the library was really the lifeblood of my imagination because I couldn't afford to purchase the books that I wanted to read. I was a voracious reader. And the way that's kind of evolved over time, though, even as I've become a bit of a book hoarder, libraries have been the place that bring together people who really believe that books and reading and libraries themselves are really vital to the human experience. When I was a younger writer, I used to pretend that I knew what it was like to grow up in a typical American household, raised by people who themselves were Americans, who were raised by Americans. And as I got older and as I started thinking about what kind of book I wanted to write, I really wanted to delve into my more personal experience, having been raised by Jamaicans who emigrated to the US themselves. So the storyline in this book follows the youngest son in this family of Jamaicans, and he's trying to make it in the world. He's coming into adulthood in the midst of the financial collapse in the US. I thought it was important to talk about this generation, a generation who was, in a sense, promised a particular kind of upward mobility that college was supposed to extend to them. And I wanted to talk about the difficulties that they found themselves in. When I say Jamaica to non-Jamaicans, no one thinks of CIA operatives or puppet prime ministers or historical continuity. Instead, they break into free association as if they'd been tossed into a rap cipher. Bob Marley, Irie, ganja, poor people, sandals, man. At best, they believe our history began the moment they purchased their all-inclusive vacation package. Of course, the difference between exiles and my parents, in fact, the difference between me and my parents, is that my parents have a homeland to which they can return.